Oh, here we go. Here we go. Public. Boom. I got 6 seconds. Here we go. We are here. We got it together. That's good. StreamYard. Did you notice something? Let me go press that button. Did you see that? Did you see? Notice. Let's go fix that there. Oh, look at that. Hair's in the air. Hair's not in the air. Actually, hair's where it's supposed to be. Teddy Pritchett, my friend, Cutmasters. We paid a visit over to him before, and I gotta tell you, nice job, my friend. Really appreciate it, because tomorrow, actually right now, trying to look professional all the time. It doesn't work that way, does it? I took a look back at some of the videos that I got. I'm using StreamYard, you all know that. So I'm there. I'm looking to delete some of the old videos and then move them over to the YouTube channel, whatever, if that stuff's going on. So cleaning that up a little bit. And I was also looking for a video I did, and that was on Facebook. And I can't find it. I really wish I could, because I owe a big thank you to somebody. I'll tell you about that in a second. But I saw all those photos. Oh, my gosh. I had hair all over the place. It took donating to Hair We Share when I got everything cut right down to the military style haircut, and donated hair that way that started looking cleaner. Very short hair on that one. But you know what, man, it was good. So I was due for another haircut. Ted gives me a call. He said, hey, I'm now open. I'm thinking, smoking hot. Here we go. So go get a haircut today. So it's really great. So I'll tell you all about it. Well, I'll show you the video over there. And certainly want to help to promote him in his new location. It's at 890 Middle Country Road in Selden, New York. Which is really cool, man, because it's really close. That's good. Great guy. Great guy. This is not the first haircutting place that he's opened up. Cutmasters, not his first one. So good. So, yeah, it was great. Just boom, done. Really good stuff. So we'll share that. Actually, we share that video. So that's where I got over there. That Brian Cohen announced a haircut model. That's right, haircut model. Here we go. Ready? We'll share. Let's go share a screen. It's a good thing everybody pays for me to do this stuff. This is so off kilter. It's just so sad. Teddy, there we go. All right, ready? Hold on. I got to talk in radio voice tomorrow. So let's see what we got here. See if we can play that. Make it full
Okay, we're
screen.
live here at International Cutmasters. We have our radio announcer Brian here.
Pleasure to be here too.
Coming to get laced up at International Cutmasters. Scissor cut done by Tiz the Locksmith. We're here. Come on down, 890 Middle Country Road, and that's in Selden, New York, 11784. See you when you get here.
Let's do that again. No, we won't do that again. Or maybe we can do that again. Is that me? Oh, I'm pressing on the wrong button here. Hold on. Nope. Let's go here. Whoop. Nope, that's not the one. Whatever it is. We can't find it. That's all right. So we'll go. Oh, there it is. We'll go it again.
Okay, we're live here at International Cutmasters. We have our radio announcer Brian here.
Pleasure to be here too.
Coming to get laced up at International Cutmasters. Scissor cut done by Tiz the Locksmith. We're here. Come on down, 890 Middle Country Road, and that's in Selden, New York, 11784. See you when you get here.
All right, there we go. Tiz the Locksmith. Lock, as in locks. Hair lock. I don't know. Maybe we should send him a pound of locks for the locksmith. A couple of bagels, a little schmear with the whole thing. We'll have a nice thing on a Sunday. It'll be all good. And do that whole thing. But Teddy, man, you rock. It was good. That's actually why it's a little bit later on than the normally scheduled time for this tomato talk thing. So, had that going on. So that, that was done. Came home, wife liked it. So there we go, Teddy. You got your tiz. You've got the wife approval on that one. And then, of course, the ultimate opinion. The ultimate opinion. The mother-in-law. Does the mother-in-law like it or not? Well, Tiz, this I got to tell you. She loved it. She loved it. She's ready to come down over there. So you know what? We're gonna bring my mother-in-law down. So it'll be all right to make that happen. So that'll be good. Hey, just from a standpoint of different things here, I should probably tag him in this thing, right? Just go comments. You know what? Yeah, let's get his place up there. One day I'll actually move this thing backward a little bit. Yeah, go back to Facebook. Yeah, we'll bring it down over there. Take some photos and make it work. Make it work that way. But yeah, he said he was going to help me out with a couple of different things too. Career day that we're doing. Let me get back to the reality on different things. But the career day that we are doing at Selden High School, I was right in his neck of the woods there too. So it's good. So he offered to participate in that one and a few other things that we got kind of going on there, which would be really cool. We'll get his website up at another time. Let's go back over here. All right. So yeah, I mean, let's tie it back into everything else. Oh, and then the announcer thing. So the video I was looking for, then we'll move on from the hair crap. But the video I was looking for was with Johnny Consoli. Now, Johnny, I absolutely positively should have thanked you in that post that I made before. Posted an article. Basically, I took the press release we have, made it look more like an article, but it's the same wording, on that one. Then a big thank you. Big thank you to a number of folks that are coming down. The media contacts, my media friends, bless you, man. All good. All good. So by the time this series of 30 races is over, we're going to paint a picture. And I thanking so many people along the way. And Johnny, I didn't thank you. And that was a mistake because you, Mr. Day of event kind of guy, when I thank you very much for helping me out last year. So last year, Pete Scalzo puts on Facebook. He's like, looking for someone to help me out with the announcing. Anybody have an interest? So I did what I did. Microphone, group of people, something different. Count me in. Count me in. Believe it or not, that's how I got involved with the shul again. That's a story. Save that one for another day. But count me in. So I called Pete. His was like, Pete, I'd love to do it. I don't know anything. Said it's fine. We'll teach you. Fantastic. Pete gave me a few hints. Johnny was with me. Throughout, I was like an hour or so. I did something like that. And I was looking for that video to post up over there, my friend, and I couldn't find it. I didn't need to find it. I did a couple of minutes live video stream from the track with regards to what we were announcing, talking about, whatever at the time. I actually don't really remember exactly what was said, but I was looking for that. And that's when I saw the other photos. Gosh, man, I've had hair all over the place, but not anymore. Thanks to our friend there, Tiz, the locksmaster. Great job there, my friend. So good, my hair should stay in place. Plus Pete and Marie and Johnny. We got a big announcer booth now too. So I think it's actually all indoors, which would be pretty cool. So we'll see where that goes. But man, it's we're not going to shoot everything indoors. I'm not going to talk about everything indoors. Got to get out. Do that whole thing. All right, let's pull up the comments over here. So here is the story with that. Got my haircut great. Got the red shirt. Probably wear the blue jacket. I got to wear a red shirt. Always got a red shirt. Got my Long Island Needs a Drag strip T-shirt. Got that last year. We're all set to go. I got it over there someplace. It's when we need a prop master. We got a prop master. Hey, prop master. Where's the prop master? Let me go see if we could get this thing. I'll be right back. Don't move. That's not there. It's not there. There it is. There we go, my friends. We're back. Ta-da! Long Island needs a drag strip. And guess what? Long Island has a drag strip. Or there it is. There's the t-shirt. Da-da-da-da. So we're good to go. Really super excited about the whole thing. So now, that'll be the t-shirt of the year. I don't know, walk around t-shirt. Weather looks good. Looks better than the original forecast. That continues to improve. I know today is just an absolutely gorgeous day. Tonight, I think it might rain a little bit. Tomorrow, maybe in the morning, but doesn't matter. It'll be fine. Got opening ceremonies at 10:30. Riverhead Town Supervisor will be there. Yvette Aguirre, and great. It'd be great to see all the other businesses and the drivers and everybody else and the spectators that are going to be there. Food trucks, also another one, going to be part of that whole opening ceremony. That's good. I'm going to try to do some live stream on this thing. I'm not really sure how well it's going to work out, but we'll do something. And maybe it didn't work out, and that's why I can't find the video from last year because it never really posted any place. But we're going to see what we can accomplish, on that. So another thank you to Donna. Donna will be our media production assistant. We'll see how this works, but if I can get it onto Facebook, we'll see if she can help out with sharing it to different places. So we'll see how that goes. Up in the air. Even spoke to my dad about that one. My dad's out in California. And about a week ago, I called him up, and asked him, talking about the catalyst. What's the catalyst for all of this from within my own family or his family? And it was like nothing really more than family entertainment. We used to go to Islip Speedway, Freeport Speedway, and just had a great time doing it. I remember 13 years old, had my birthday party, with the guys. We went down there. I believe it was Islip. Might be a little blurry as to whether or not it was Freeport or Islip, but just the same. I mean, it was great. You got a chance to see the cars. In that case, these cars were banging into each other. Had the Volkswagen racing, had that football demolition derby where they took, I think, one of those Volkswagens and eventually made it into a football. And then the larger cars, the goal was to push that car over the finish line. What can I tell you? That's what they did. It was very interesting. A lot of pushing and shoving going on there. But anyhow, it was a whole lot of fun. And that's the way he saw it. It was just a whole lot of fun to go. And this same thing with the drag races. And it's just a whole lot of fun to go. So what are you going to expect to see over there? Besides my friends that are helping out with, and some new people I got a chance to meet too, on the media side of things that have got their own stories to tell. But you're going to see, I think, is 250 different cars that are able to race throughout the day. Remember, it's drag racing, so it's only 2 cars at a time that will be going down the track, and it goes really quick. And it really does. So you're going to see as many as 250 cars. Spectators limited. There was a question out that was put out there. Why do I need to get tickets online? Well, it's because it's really important that we, that 2,500 spectator count, head count, that includes the drivers too, is met. There's certain parameters that the racetrack, not street, Pete and Marie are operating under. This whole thing is operating under. That happens to be one of them. There's an issue with traffic, so that's where the 2,500 number comes from, which I think is actually a fine number. But the 2,500 number factors into that. The other thing that factors into it, and this is, again, I think very much in favor of the spectators too. It's not that there's no noise, but the cars will have mufflers. All the cars that are racing that day have to have mufflers. Matter of fact, a street legal car has to have a muffler too. So in theory, unless somebody trailers their car out there and never starts it, all cars have mufflers. All cars have mufflers. And that is it. There's some new rules on mufflers. I don't have the details on that, but it really doesn't make a difference. But for the purposes of this, at least. But all the cars that are racing there have got mufflers. So what that means to you as a spectator is that it's not a crazy amount of noise. If you're thinking about, and this is really big too, preconceived notions. boy, we talk about that in different categories, right? Talk about that from a business aspect, that preconceived notion. Saw a video today too. Preconceived notions, terrible. Terrible. Let me tell you, we got to get rid of that whole thing. But it's the same thing here with the drag racing. Preconceived notions. The friends that I spoke to, the people that I chatted with about this whole thing, I was like, hey, how's like to the drag races? This is what's going on. And, these are some of the messages and, I'm trying to deliver, with regards to the whole thing. And it's like, is that going to be like English Town? Is that going to be really loud? And the answer is no, and really no. First off, the racing that took place in Englishtown, New Jersey, you're thinking of the stuff that you would see on TV. Those are the top fuel dragsters, nitro burning funny cars. I'll try not to go into crazy voice on those things. But those cars, not only are there no mufflers in those cars, those engines some of them are thousands of horsepower. It's unbelievable how much energy those cars generate or those engines generate in that quarter-mile track. Incredible. They're both are on a track. I mean, therein lies the difference. So one, this is an eighth of a mile. It's not a quarter of a mile. It's a shorter race, which means as a spectator, when you sit in those stands and you have your camera, and the cars get started, you could watch them go from the burnouts that they did, get the tires heated up, to where they stage and be in front of that Christmas tree, the lights that go red, staging yellow, green, and they go. And hopefully no cars get a red, because that means they took off too soon. So hopefully no red lights. Sure there will be. But you get a chance to watch the cars do the burnout, get to the starting area, watch the Christmas tree go through the lighting, see the cars go down the track, and see the cars finish, because it's an eighth of a mile. If it was a quarter of a mile, and you get those top fuel things, number one, they're doing the burnouts further back. You may not be able to see them. Two, when they get to that starting line, there's a whole big production that goes along with it. It takes time. It takes time. I got 15 people surrounding these cars. It takes time to fine tuning, whatever. You got that aspect of it. And then when they go down the track, they're going down that track that's twice the length in the same amount of time, roughly, in the same amount of time that these cars are going down the track. So if you're a spectator and a car passes you, this is going to be an old math test, right? If you're sitting still in the stands, and a car goes past you that's doing 300 miles an hour, what are the chances of you getting a good photo? Blip. Not too good. Not too good. Maybe. My friend who is a photographer who's coming down there to take some photos, maybe he can get that shot. I couldn't. Heck, I was trying to get the finish line even at this one. I was like, not happening, But you're able to see the cars go down the track because they're doing anywhere. It's an eighth of a mile, not a quarter mile, much shorter. Cars are also going to go much slower because they're not utilizing that second eighth of a mile. Remember, the first eighth of a mile was all about acceleration and the top speeds or speed builds. So they would go quicker and quicker on the last half, that second eighth of a mile to get to a quarter track. But not going to do that. So the cars here have a speed limit, believe it or not. Yes, there is a speed limit of 125 miles an hour. And the cars have got mufflers, and these are not the top fuel. There may be some cars there with some significant engine power, without a doubt, but not that. So as a spectator, you're able to see the entire race, that full eighth of a mile. You're able to see the burnouts, them staging by the Christmas tree. You're able to watch the cars, and you have a shot. You amateur photographers, you enthusiasts, of getting a picture of the car as it is racing down the track, because it's doing probably less than 100 miles an hour, because at the beginning, not 300 miles an hour. So good thing for you photographers to be. That's really cool. And that kind of thing. Now, what if you're not a photographer? Videographers, man, you guys got it easy. Take the videos. It's all good. And you can post those videos up on the websites over here that we got. The Facebook group pages, 20,000 plus people on those pages. Wow. How's that for a built-in audience? You don't have to fill seats on that one, right? But you're able to take those videos. Kids, let's go with the kids. You're going to bring your kid along. My friend Keith brought his son last year. Neither one of them been through drag strip. I was like, Keith, go. You'll have a good time. If you don't like it, you can always leave. Just that simple, right? And that kind of thing. Fantastic. Goes. He didn't leave. No. Son had a ball. Single-digit age group on that one. Had a ball. You might want to bring a pair of earplugs or a headset. You can go to any hardware store and get that stuff. If you really want to, you can get a face shield. Not going to be needed from the standpoint of any debris or whatnot. But if you want to do it, by all means, do it. Can do. And then just have a good time. You know, some of these cars are just unbelievably colorful. I've shown you some photos in the past about the color on these cars. The paint job's just absolutely terrific. Some of them are very big cars. They've got a lot of paint on them. Others are more the hot rods. It's got the nice paint jobs on it. Some pretty fancy street cars that are pretty darn quick. You know, as Pete had mentioned when he was on LI News Radio with Jay Oliver, he said, what's happened today, and this is the difference between drag racing today versus drag racing back in the 60s and the 70s. The 80s, maybe it started to change, is that the production cars of today are so fast as production cars that they go, and they're just as fast as so many of the cars, certainly of yesteryear, that were going down the track. So you don't have to know how to build a car anymore. You don't have to put the effort into building a car. And you could drive these cars really fast. And it is much better to drive these cars really fast on a track, not on the street. And that's some of Mr. Scalzo's motivation about calling this whole thing race track, not street. The idea is to race cars on a track, not out on the public streets. Think about that. I'm going to pause on that one. Think about how many accidents you've seen, how much stupidity is out there, with the street racing. Other ideas to get these folks over to the track and do that. There's different messages to deliver. That's actually one of them out there. More on that one as we progress. But the Beat the Heat program from Medley, Florida, are coming up. Feel so strongly about that. So that's one of the messages out here about racing on a track, not on the street, and involving the Beat the Heat program. Working on that. If anybody has any kind of an interest in that world, please let me know. Please let me know. Anybody wants to talk to me quietly about illegal street racing, again, please let me know. Separate kind of thing. So the kids that come down over there, you know what? It's just a lot of fun. And then the food trucks. Going to be, I need more food trucks this year than last year, which is great. More people, so that would kind of make sense too. Food trucks were great. So that was good. Pit area, you're able to walk the pit area. Again, if you got the camera, you want to take photos, by all means. You want to start talking to some of these folks and ask them what the story is behind the cars and what some of the story of the cars are. Especially that the gentleman, the 80-year-old gentleman driving that big Hudson. Wow. But talking to these folks about the story of the cars and then the why they get into it. Why is it so important to them? Why is it so important to them and their families and also their businesses to have a drag strip track like this, where you could have you and me, regular drivers, go down there with our cars. We need to get a helmet. Sure, we could borrow a helmet from somebody and run the car down the track. Chances are you're not going to be the quickest car, but it doesn't make a difference. This is just like any running race I've ever done. I was never the quickest one. Heck, I was happy to finish half, in mid-pack. I mean, really, truly in mid-pack on some of these things, but I always tried to beat myself or I enjoy it a little bit differently and things like that. So this is the same kind of thing. Here's what you can do to beat yourself each and every time, or race against yourself each and every time. And if you do decide to drive your car for the day, you get a chance to do it a couple of times. If you really drive something like that, there's a bunch of it depends in there on that one, but you'll be able to run your car a couple of times. So here's some of the things that you're trying to do when you are racing against yourself. One is that Your reaction time. Let's go back to that Christmas tree, right? Christmas tree in April. The Christmas tree, the light goes green and then you go. Well, you want to go as quick as you possibly can, or get started as quick as you possibly can when that light is green. So if you wait for the light to go green and go, it's green, then put your foot down on the gas pedal, that's the reaction time. The reaction time is the time it takes you to get the car moving when that light goes green. There's a little race you have for yourself. Much safer to do it at the drag strip than it is to do it at a street light, because some bonehead at some point in time is going to be racing the red light on the other side of it. Not good. Don't try to do that on the street. Definitely try to do that on the track. The quickest reaction time, not slowest, that quickest reaction time, though. It was a bit of a contest. My guess is there'll be a bit of a contest with that one again this year. That's fun. And then, of course, there's overall speed. But you want to know something? However fast your car goes, and that's what it is, unless you're working on your car and the rest of it. But I'm not working on my car. I don't know. I opened the hood to put windshield fluid in. That's about the extent of my knowledge on the whole thing. But some people do. My thing would be to race against that reaction time and that kind of thing. That's it. And to find one of you folks that have a camera to take a photo. That's it. And then to have my wife tell me I could drive the car down there, which I don't know. Not sure that's going to happen. Who knows? Especially since I'll probably have her car that day too. But I don't see that happening. All right. But anyhow, so this is it. It's the kids, the spectators, the adults, all good. A lot of fun, family entertainment, great stuff. It's good for businesses on the island. Good for businesses. And it's good for tourism. So who have I been reaching out to lately when it came to, look at the time, when it came to this whole thing? I got a number of friends and others that I've gotten a chance to meet to help me tell the story, tell the story of the area, what's going on in the area, just from an overall entertainment, community-minded stuff. Got that, that's one of the message I want to deliver. The food trucks, this is a business there too, right? Those food trucks. So we're going to see a little bit of information about the food trucks and what their story is. And they were family operations, my friends. And they were businesses, my friends. It's good for them to have an event like this. Full day event, 2,500 people, all good. It's definitely good. So that side of it's kind of covered. Another friend that's going to be down there is going to cover it from the standpoint of the underdog. Let's go with that one. The underdog standpoint. It's like, what did it take to get to this point? Loves those kinds of stories. Loves those stories. Another one just really looking to promote Long Island. Great stuff. That should go out too. Somebody else that just wants to share some great photos. Yeah, we have a photographer coming down there. He's going to have a ball. I know, and it's his thing, his professional thing. Definitely a professional photographer. It's not taking photos of cars. So it's fun for him too. And what's great is that those people, and I've reached out to some of the major media people, and I don't know who's coming, who's not coming, on that, hopefully I made my pitch on that one. The other story you're looking to tell too is the vocational aspect of it. How is this good for the schools? Really? How would this be good for the schools? A racetrack, people racing their cars? Nah. Well, you could ask Suffolk Automotive that question yourself. They will be there. They are coming out as a sponsor on this thing, Suffolk Automotive. That's the Suffolk Community College Automotive Program. Something tells me they get it. They get it. I would love to see Tesla come down there. I don't know. Alon's a little busy with this, saving the world, whatever he's doing on that one. But Tesla does offer paid internships to some students at Suffolk Automotive that are going through the automotive program. They successfully complete it, and guess what they got? A job at Tesla. In Tesla. Not even in Tesla Automotive, but in Tesla. Had a conversation with somebody in another school, it was BOCES actually, and about the whole thing, about some of the other vocations that actually get helped by somebody just in an automotive program. Because what happens is, one, those students are building a car, they're learning how to weld. That's important. Weld, blueprint, project management, right? They got to coordinate all of this stuff. the blueprint, teamwork, team management, figuring out if they're a leader, follower, and all the rest of that stuff. And where does that lead? Certainly could lead to the automotive industry, right? I mean, that's a logical one. But it could also lead to the aerospace industry. It also leads to some plastic manufacturing thing if they really got hooked on the plastic side of it, and that's what they wanted to focus on. You know how many manufacturers we have here on the island? Actually, I don't. Ron Loveland does. He's heading the manufacturing committee for the HIA, the Hauppauge Industrial Association. And at the HIA trade show, they're doing it as a job fair also, careers. And so if you're looking for something inside the manufacturing, you want to definitely go down there. But this whole thing, everything is a blending of everything where it supports the big three things. One, economic development on the island, tourism, business, because look, we get more tourists coming here, we get more business over here, we highlight how good it is to live here on the island. People are going to work here, want to work here from other places. If we can get our high school students engaged in careers, not just jobs, but careers that they really love by showing them the possibility. This is why I go to those high school career days. And this is why Tiz, my favorite barber, my locks cutter, he's going to be at the Sachem North High School with me because he understands the importance of the whole thing about inspiring kids. Are they going to become a barber like him? I don't know. Maybe. But he's going to also talk about being an entrepreneur. This is a place that he owns. He's running a business. He's dealing with employees. He's dealing with his own growth within the place and the growth of the business. It's all important. The more we can expose every aspect of everything to these kids are young adults, the better it is. The more engaged they're going to be when they do show up at an interview. This ghosting thing, I don't get that. But when they show up at your company, are you supposed to inspire them to work at your company? Yeah, I mean, that certainly is a factor. But they should be inspired to work at your company. How would they be inspired to work at your company? By you being a part of the community, by you showing up at these career days, by you being a part of stuff on a very visual basis, showing that you really are part of the community, so you really do care about the employees, showing that you really want to see everybody grow to whatever their potential is, or just really enjoy doing what they're doing at whatever level they are at within there. But your potential employees will only know about you with the participation with that. But they'll only know they might have an interest in aeronautics, automotives, new generation of electricity, the solar wind farms that are being built, project management, event planner, announcer at the races. Hopefully I got that one. But the only way they're going to know that is to expose them to it. There was actually a kid, last story. Yeah, I know I'm over here, but whatever. I'm practicing. I might be speaking for 5 hours there. 11 to 4 p.m. racing. I think we'll do 2 or 3 hours or something like that. Let Pete do the end of it. But so this gentleman, it was a junior high school, 8th to 9th grade. So I guess, when we get the conversation going, what do you like to do? He said, I'd like to be on the microphone. I'm thinking, all right, I like this kid. So the suggestion to him was to do it. He's like, well, how do you do it? He says, pretty easy. You're in the school. Does the school make morning announcements? Yes, they do. Volunteer to make the announcements at the school. You comfortable doing that? Then walk over to the chorus department, the band department, the theater department, sports department, whatever, and say, hey, look, my name is, I've been doing the morning announcements. I'd like to go and do something a little bit different. I'd like to announce the baseball game, the football game, the theater, the band, anything like that. Even if it is just standing in front of an audience now, because if he's making the morning announcements, it's probably in a small room, maybe one person in there helping him along and that kind of thing. Maybe not. But if he's getting up in front of the audience when a play is about to begin, so ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats now. The play is about to begin, and we kindly ask that you turn off your electronic devices. All right, maybe he could practice that. That's not the hard part. But he's got to stand in front of a group of people, hundreds of people. That's different. But you want to know what that is? That's experience. And the more our younger folks can experience different things, then the better it is for everybody, including that person. Because when he shows up at some broadcast studio and said, hey, this is what I want to do, and they're like, well, you're only 18, 19. What experience do you have? He said, well, when I was in 8th grade, I did the morning announcements, and I've been doing stuff ever since then. We can inspire our students today with the things that we're doing today and the things that they can do, whether it's volunteering, whether it's getting paid someplace or not, something they love to do, nonprofit, anything. It's up to you to inspire them to do it. So I've latched onto a drag strip as my catalyst. Who knew? But I now get to call myself a distinguished Toastmaster, announcer, and you saw that video. I'm a haircut model. Ladies and gentlemen, have fun with what you're doing. Speak well, speak often, live inspired, and we'll see you at EPCAL for the excitement at EPCAL. Racetrack, not street. April 9th, 10th, 16th, and then a hiatus. And then we're back again in August, but even more excitement. It'll all be good. Stay well. See you soon. All right. I got to get rid of this tomato. Tomato, boo.